Hi everyone, Dr. Beth here, and welcome to another episode of The More You Know, Osteoporosis. So this week we're going to talk about the two other types of exercise that you can perform to improve your bone density. Now they're known as power training or high velocity training and impact training or weight bearing activities. So power training, I think of it as a combination of strength training plus speed. So it's a high velocity, quick movement where you're actually trying to move weight very quickly. So examples of this can include very quick squats up and down very quickly, with or without a weight. It can include a movement which is known as a clean, and that's where you're moving a weight very quickly from the ground level up to shoulder height. It can include a snatch, which again is a movement of moving something from floor level up overhead in one smooth, quick movement. So it's actually kind of a full body workout. This includes things like med ball slams, doing explosive push-ups where you're pushing up and you have to catch yourself back on the ground. So you're doing them very quickly, and jumping activities. Now, these activities are not only great for building your bone density, but they're so great at improving your overall muscle strength. And I feel like they carry over into your daily life all the time. I know for me, I've been traveling a lot recently and seeing how many people struggle getting their suitcase from the floor overhead and into that overhead bin. That takes a lot of strength. You've got to do it quickly, especially if everybody's waiting for you to get into your seat. And so these exercises are some of the best ones to do, not just for the benefits for bone and strength, but also to help you in your day-to-day life. Now, the third activity is weight bearing or impact training, and this has been so effective to help build bone density. So weight bearing activities are anything where you're putting regular force through the bones, okay? And again, the impact of walking, of doing stairs, of running, every time you take that step, the impact of that force travels up the bones and it really causes the signals to go and build that more bone dense. So examples of this include stomping your foot on the ground, jumping, hopping, walking with a weighted vest, or walking while carrying things in both hands called a weighted carry. So we can either do a farmer's carry where you're carrying things in both hands, or a suitcase carry where you're just carrying something in one hand, but a heavier weight. And it's kind of mimicking like carrying in the groceries in. Other activities can include running, stair climbing, planks, and push-ups. And again, the high intensity velocity training or the power training and the weight bearing activities or otherwise known as impact training, these are actually the two most effective types of exercise for building bone density. And it's recommended that you have a combination from both of these areas. So while we might start some people with just traditional resistance training to kind of get their bodies used to exercising and moving, as quickly as we can, we're going to graduate them to these more intense exercises of power training and impact training to really maximize the most of the exercise to build that bone density. Now, these exercises can also be a little bit intimidating, especially if you already have that diagnosis of osteoporosis, especially if you already experienced a fracture. These might be a little more intimidating or overwhelming to kind of jump into alone, but that's why we're here. So if you are looking at doing this, make sure you find a physical therapist that is knowledgeable about osteoporosis. That way they can pick and choose the best exercises for you to get the results you're looking for.